Now today the solutions we're going to bring to you will tie together the corporate desktop, the applications and the data, easily but more importantly securely, using our partners VMware and Symantec. Now a question before we get on, can you access your corporate desktop, your applications and your data anywhere, anytime and on any device? Now the answer is probably going to be no, and it is a question I do get asked a lot. How can I access my desktop and my apps on any device? How can I access my data when I want to access it, not when IT are able to give it to me? So these are the types of issues I keep coming across day in, day out. So what's actually out there to solve these issues? So introducing VMware's Horizon Suite, it was released about a week and a half ago, so it's brand new to market. It's hot technology off the press. And essentially what it's going to give you is a consistent delivery across all of your applications. Now these can be Windows-based, Android or Apple, web or SaaS-based applications. A single portal where all of your users can log in and access data, applications and a corporate desktop anywhere, anytime and on any device. So what does the Horizon Suite actually give us? Well, it gives us a consistent governance across all of the company applications and data contained within the Horizon Suite. With intelligent delivery, Horizon Suite knows the environment, it knows the attributes, it knows your device, its location, its connectivity level, and can wrap policy and security around those applications and data down to the end user. IT can provision customized catalogs of services and applications down to different groups of users, for example, HR, technical, and sales. And with unified user identity management, Horizon Suite leverages existing investments in Active Directory and other identity infrastructure. VMware's view is to basically manage the user. If you apply policy to the user, wherever they go, that policy will follow. So let them choose which device to use, because different devices are suited to different environments. If I'm on the road, my tablet may be more suitable. But if I'm in the office, my desktop may be more suitable. Choose the device that the user wants to use. And as a good example, put your hands up, please, if you have a smartphone, pretty much all of you. And keep your hand up if you have a desktop or laptop. And keep your hand up if you ever have a tablet. And keep your hand up if you have 4 or more devices. So as I said, there's a lot of hands there with a lot of devices out there. So wouldn't it be great if you could use any of them devices to access the same content anywhere in the world? I think it's pretty good. So what's actually in the Horizon Suite? Because it is a suite, and it does contain many different tools. First up is the Horizon Workspace. Now, this is the single portal where your users will log in and can then access everything. This is essentially the launch pad to the Horizon Suite. You've got Horizon Data. Now, this was known as Project Octopus, for those who've been following the trends of the past year or so. And essentially what this gives you is your management of your files and your folders of data. Now, you can share these internally and externally. So for people outside the organization, you can share and collaborate on documents, and once you're finished, you can cut off the access. In addition, your files will actually synchronize across all of your devices. So your data on your desktop will be the same on your MacBook at home, will be the same on your Android tablet on the road, will be the same on your smartphone. Everything is synchronized automatically. And in addition, the data is stored on the company servers behind the company firewall. It's not in the cloud. You know where your data is. You know how to secure it. You've got Horizon Mobile. Now, this is one of the most fascinating aspects of the Horizon Suite. VMware has brought their virtualization technology skills to the mobile device. If you had an Android device, as an example, you can just swipe one direction, and you'll have your business phone with your business applications and your business data. And if you swipe back, you're back to your personal phone with your personal data and your personal applications. The two systems are completely independent. They actually run 2 different versions of Android. So for BYD environments, this could be an option that you might consider. You've got Horizon Mobile, Mirage, sorry. With Mirage, you can manage your physical laptops and desktops as you could a virtual desktop. So you can have the same image applied to all of your endpoints, which essentially gives you consistency and governance across those endpoints. In addition, you can work offline. You're not required to be online to access your applications and data because they're local to the laptop. When you do connect back into the office, it will synchronize and give you a full endpoint backup of that endpoint. And because you've got a full endpoint, if your laptop becomes damaged or stolen or broken, you essentially get a new laptop and just stream down that image back to the new laptop. You have an identical image. The user has all of their shortcuts, all of their Internet Explorer favorites, all of their applications and data. And for those still using Windows XP, next year is the cut-off point, 2014, and I think it's around April time. You can no longer license. You need to move across. So this can do XP to Windows 7 migrations in around 20 minutes per desktop. Now, if you scale that out, if you've got hundreds and hundreds of desktops, you can basically do your entire endpoint fleet in a couple of days. It's truly a good cost-saving measure there. You've got Horizon FinApp. This has been around for a while now. Essentially, you stream your applications from the data center. It's just an easier way to deploy apps. And Horizon View, this is the biggest change for VMware in the UC for the past couple of months. With Horizon View, you can now access your corporate desktop through the web browser. For a HTML5 web browser, you've got full access to your full corporate virtual desktop. And again, because it's browser-based, it can be accessed off any device. Some further updates from View in 5.2 is that you now have a Link 2013 collaboration. So you can run your UC client within your virtual desktop. Now, previously you couldn't do this, now you can. And for those with heavy graphics applications like CAD or video editing or photo editing, you can now have this within a VDI. Essentially, you bolt graphics cards into your servers in the back end, and your VDI machine can access them resources to deliver the applications. So this is a quick screenshot of what it actually looks like. So if you look on the left-hand side, you've got all of your data and files, and these are things that you can share internally, externally. It will synchronize across your devices. This is your applications tab. So in here can be all sorts of applications, Windows and Apple and Android, web and SaaS-based applications. And it's all single sign-on. So if you had a web-based application, and as an example, Salesforce, some of you people might be using that, the user simply clicks on the icon, it will open up a new tab and automatically sign you in to the application. The end user never sees or has to enter any other further username passwords. Once they're in Horizon Suite, everything is taken care of. And your virtual desktop under the Computers tab. So this is your VMware View virtual desktop, and this is what it looks like in a web browser. So again, because it's browser-based, it can be accessible with any device. So what's in it for the user? Well, users get a consistent access across all of their applications and data. There's a separation between personal and business. As I mentioned with Horizon Mobile, where you can swipe left for your business and right for your personal phone, it also works with Apple devices, slightly differently. There'll be an icon on the desktop, you click on the icon, and up pops all of your business applications and data, effectively a sandbox environment. Click on it again, it'll minimize back to your own personal phone. And choice of any device across any platform. It can be laptop, desktop, tablet, smartphone, Windows, Android, Apple. It doesn't matter. Let the end user choose whichever device they want to use and access the same content. And for IT, well, IT get a truly integrated management experience. They can define and deploy policy centrally across all applications, data, and desktops. Simplifies your whole management of your whole environment. So now I'm going to move on to our next product, which is Semantic App Center. And again, another question before we go on. How do you just secure applications and data on a BYOD device? We're not talking about locking down the entire device. We're talking about just the applications and data that are corporately owned, but are on the personal device. So let me describe the horizon for the past 5 to 6 years. There used to be unmanaged phones that were corporately owned. Now, these phones could contain email or other sort of documents and PDFs and spreadsheets. The problem with this is that it wasn't secure. So if it was lost or stolen, that data could end up anywhere, really not desirable. So MDM, mobile device management, was developed. Now, for corporately owned devices, this is fantastic. You know, lock down that phone, apply security, remotely wipe it if you really need to. So for corporately owned devices, it works great. But now we're in the BYOD environment, the bring your own device. Whereas me as the end user brings in my shiny new phone. I've got a Google Nexus 4, really cool by the way. And I want to bring it in. I say to IT, I really want my emails and my applications and my data on my phone. I really want to use it. And IT say, okay, we can do that, but we need to install some software onto that device that will give us the ability to basically track your device, see the content of your text messages, your photos and your videos, have the ability to wipe your device. Now, me as the end user probably thinking, I don't want you to do that. At 5:30 on the weekend, I'm at home. I don't want you to dictate the policy to my device. So this is where BYOD and MDM kind of clash a little bit. It's a clash of interest. So Symantec take a different approach. What they say is, okay, we're not going to control the device. We have no interest in doing that. But what we are going to do is basically deploy our business applications and data to that device in a secured method without controlling the device. Now, from a personal user perspective, this is a little bit easier to handle because you know your device is yours. You know IT can't control or see what's on your content, but IT is still delivering the business applications that you need and what you want. So it kind of fits there. So in App Center 4.1, there's some additional changes in it. You now get a third-party email client called NitroDesk Touchdown. Now, this gives you the ability to have secured email on that personal device. If you had an iPad, for instance, you can't secure the email in the native email client. There's just no way to do it. But with Symantec App Center, you can do this now. You have an email client that you can encrypt and authenticate. And if you leave the company, IT can simply wipe the application and data, not the entire device. Symantec know that personal users that bring their own personal device in, the first thing you want is email. So they've concentrated on this area. You've got App Secure Connect. So this gives you the ability to dictate where them secured applications are allowed to go. Essentially, a whitelist of IP addresses and port ranges without getting too boring about it. So with the email client as an example, you can dictate where it can connect to receive email. So it can't go off and connect to rogue Exchange servers. It just connects to your Exchange server. You've got single sign-on. So if you had multiple different secure applications on your device, you sign in once, you're authenticated to use all of them applications. You don't have to re-authenticate yourself every single time. You get an enterprise app store. So this is essentially like your own personal iTunes store, but for your company. So you can define the color scheme, different logos, company logos, make it very personal to your company. You upload your applications, define your policies, and let your users connect in and download whichever applications you allow them to download. Again, it's all secured through App Center. So those applications are secure, they're encrypted and authenticated. And if the user was to leave the company, you just remove them applications. And it's low overhead. It's all web-based. So it all runs in the cloud. You don't have to worry about installing software or hardware on site. Symantec will take care of updating the software for you as well. It's all part of the package. And a quick screenshot of what it actually looks like on an iPad. So this is my iPad, and I'm entitled to use 3 applications, not too many. Essentially, the email client will literally download. I'll click on it, it will download, it will automatically configure, and that's it. I can begin using it. So from an end user perspective, it's very, very easy to use. So you just click on the application, it will download and install. If it's easy to use, they're more likely to use it. If it's too hard, they just won't use it. So this ensures your users will be interactive with the actual product itself. Thank you.